listening on the radio? Hold up, hold up. Hey, we're live! So we're live both on the radio and on YouTube. Guys, we're ballin'. We awesome. We going. We're bopping. Okay. Just forget about that. 안녕하세요. 제 이름은 DJ KT이고 타워 라디오 코미로 듣고 있습니다. Hello guys, my name is DJ Katie and you're listening to Tower Radio Conway. Wah, wah, wah. Sorry. It's just, a bunch of people listening to me. I'm sorry, I'm a dork. So, we are going to have an awesome time. I have some stuff planned for you guys, but I also don't have some stuff planned for you guys because I wanted to bop and jam to some music. But I found some stuff that I want to talk to you guys about, like a list of idols born in 97. Ming Hao was born in 97. If you don't know who Ming Hao is, Ming Hao from 17, the Chinese CBC. The Chinese handsome man who's very talented and wonderful and an amazing human being. I tell you. Loving the pieces. Okay, so sadly, I also have to give you guys the weather. I'm kidding. I'm not. We all know the weather outside. I'm not too upset about that. I'm very upset. It's cold. It's been so hot lately. And then it's like, I'm going to be 41 degrees today. Here you go. We also have 81% humidity. So that could also be a reason why it's like that. Am I live? Oof. Yeah, I'm live. Yeah, I'm live. Sorry. So, it's been very, very cold this week. And as you guys might... Oh, this actually goes along with the news portion. So, as you guys might not know if you don't live on campus, we have a BMA event that we have every year. So, this BMA event, our band and our choir and our singers, they all go and they perform. Well, we have to wear dresses. Now, these aren't... Can I say this word? These aren't CBC unfriendly dresses. I'm just going to say that. I want to say something else that every one of my viewers would totally understand. But CBC unfriendly, meaning they're not above the knee. You can't see me shaking my head. Way below the knee. Anyways, they're actually quite nice, and I just got mine fixed, so it doesn't, try to kill me every time I wear it. It's like, oh, you want to wear me and play your instrument? No! Yeah, no. So I just got mine fixed. Yes. Anyways, I was walking from my car where I parked across campus to the auditorium where we were going to perform. And it turns out... can you guys hear me now? Can you hear me? Could you hear me before? Well, if you couldn't, then I was talking about the weather, and I said hello, and it's 41 degrees outside, and I'm so sorry for messing up because this has been a really weird show. We never go this late. So, I'm going to try to get my act together because I'm a technophobe. Anyways, the story talked about how dresses at CBC are terrible, but they're a little bit better because you can modify them. And our BMA conference is being, the live performances they had are the choir, the band, and the singers. And we all performed there, and it was nice, and it was pretty, and it all sounded so great. And, I was talking about my walk from where I parked across campus to the auditorium in mention of the weather. it was cold outside. I was in a dress. No matter how many layers I put on, I still was in a dress. So I was still cold. And I freeze my butt off. It was 41 degrees outside with 81% humidity. I froze. I was a sickle. So that's probably why. Probably why it's, probably why I froze. Because it was 41 degrees outside. I didn't know what degrees it was. Okay, this is awkward. I'm awkward. Let's talk about our Bible verse of the day. I don't know why, guys, if I'm making clicking noises and you think, oh, so weird. I am. I know this. But just ignore me. Okay. Our verse today is from 1 Timothy chapter 2, verses 1 through 2. And it goes like this. First of all, then, I urge that supplications, prayers, intercessions, and thanksgivings be made for all people, for kings and all who are in high positions, that we may lead a peaceful and quiet life, godly and dignified in every way. Be made for all people. So at the beginning in brackets it says pray for all people. I like it. It's telling me what it means. Yay! So just basically that's pretty much it. The gist of the verse. Pray for all people. You don't know what they're going through, and you don't understand as much as God does what they're going through. So the best way, and I'm actually Mom Babes, Icons, Army, we're XOLs. We're all feeling this. We can't help them. We can't help the people we love and the people around us because we don't fully understand what's going on with them. We don't get it as much as God does. So what we can do is pray to God to help them, to heal them, to do whatever He needs for them. Because really, we're helpless in this situation. And the only way to not be helpless in this situation is to pray. As a Christian, and really, as a Christian, our best, most strongest weapon, second, I don't know. The weapon we can put into action that is the strongest and fastest way to let God know, probably, let God know that we need His help, that we are helpless and we are weak and we need Him because our humanity is failing us and we just can't do it on our own. We need Him. And that is prayer. I worded that weirdly. But still, as Christians, praying could ease your mind and also help you feel a sense of control a little bit. Praying just helps you feel at ease. It makes you feel like you can do something. Instead of feeling like Wonho from Monster X is going through a lot of problems and troubles right now. And a lot of it's not even his fault. And we're upset, we're angry, we're very frustrated, and we don't know what to do. Well, us Christians, we do know what to do. We can pray for him. Make sure he's doing okay. Make sure he's taking care of himself. Make sure the situation he's in is being taken care of as well. And overall, whatever he decides and whatever is best for him in his life gets done. In which I've always heard, if you pray for God's will, be prepared because God's will is not your will, so it's going to suck because we're humans. But still, if it's God's will, then it's the perfect will. And it's what's best, and it's what we need and deserve. Oh my gosh. It's what we need and what we should want. We deserve hell. But, God kind of said, "Nah, I'm a cover that for you. I want to see you again someday." That's what God said. Yeah. He's like, "I want to see you again someday. So just my son will cover that for you. Just make sure you believe in me though. Have faith in me. Follow me." Yeah, I don't know why I got all so philosophical, man. I'm sorry. Anyways, prayer for all people, big or small, saw-sang or devout friend. It's all good, and God wants you to pray for all people. He says so in the Bible, First Timothy. Yeah. Moral of the story: prayer is a mighty fine thing, and you should pray for those who even hurt you, and you should also pray for those who bless you. Just treat it like, yeah, treat it like God wants you to treat it. Alright, I'm gonna stop being philosophical because this is not my strong suit. I know some things about the Bible because I was raised learning about the Bible and about God and stuff. So I know a few things, and I went to a Christian school, practically all my life. So I've been taught a lot of stuff. So it retained somewhere, but in a good way, I I learned a lot of good things. Anyways. I want to talk to you guys. I actually put up some K profiles, of these groups. There's C-pop, Pinoy pop, and then some about BTS, and then some J-pop. I want to talk about BTS later because I don't know much about BTS, but I don't know about others. I might not state too much on the J-pop because I just randomly picked a J-pop one, and I was gonna go all out and talk to you guys about it. But who knows what the title bring? This is called AKB48. Usually they have secret meanings to the AKB48. Like B48, eight's their bedtime. I don't know if eight's our bedtime, then we're way past it. We're way past our expiry date if eight's our bedtime. AKB48. Okay, now I'm gonna spend the whole show trying to figure it out. But they're called Team A. Yes, and they're a girl group. You guys are gonna love them. They're adorable as all get out. One of them called Mo Goto. Is it Mo or Moe? Probably Moe. Moe Goto. Uh, that's her stage name, and her birth name's Goto Moisaki. Oh, I like that. That Moisaki, if I'm pronouncing it right. And yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Oh my gosh! Okay. Sorry, I was looking at the profiles. You guys need to go into K profiles if you want to follow along with me. Go to K profiles, and then go to the J-pop tab. Go all the way down to AKB48 Team A profile, and you'll be following along with me. Now, I'm not gonna do that right away because I'm gonna play some music first, but we're gonna talk about that too. Did I talk about everything I need to talk to? So it was First Timothy. Sorry, we have to write down our Bible verses. I get it. Yeah, you might want to reference that later. Snap, snap, snap! And I forgot it. First Timothy. Is it verse 2? Yep. Verse 2? No, chapter 2, verse 1 through 2. Okie dokie, artichoke. Yeah, I'm gonna stop being a weirdo. 9%. We're gonna do 9%. Oh my gosh, why am I spoiling this for you guys? Hey, if this is a crappy show, then I'm sorry. I'm just like bopping along. So, update. So last week I was kind of sad and upset. Well, this week's just a little bit better. So I actually finally got to talk to someone about what's going on and about everything, and so I feel so much better about life and everything. Life doesn't suck anymore, and I've learned how to handle it more healthily. And if you guys are going through a hard time, make sure you reach out to someone. And if it's not like a counselor or a pastor, just make sure it's someone you can trust, and you just talk about what's going on. And I don't know if you're like me or not, but when it's like considering me, I if I talk about my problems, I usually work them out on my own. Just getting them out of my head and out of my mouth really helps me realize, okay, I'm making this out to be a big deal, or I'm making this out to be too small, and it's just stuff like that, and it was just a lot of help, a lot of help, and I believe it'll help you too. So let's listen to some not happy-go-lucky. Oh my gosh, some happy, cheery K-pop, and then other foreign songs. Cause I hooked you up. They're anime songs, and they might not have lyrics, but they're still pretty awesome. And I want you guys to hear them because I want you to hear more variety of music. I gotta be more on top of myself, you know, get myself to get stuff done. This song coming up is by a young group that only has young members. It's NCT Dream. They're a part of the. I've already explained the NCT universe, but they're a part of the NCT universe. They're the young group, and none of them can be in the group past like 19 because that's the age. That's the age of consent. Age of consent. That's when they call their kids adults in Korea at 19. And usually they're 2 ages above America because when they're born 1 year old, and then they have a lunar year, they turn 1 year older. So they're two. My mom basically summed it up from what probably every American thinks when they hear that, like that, like they're 2 years old before they're even a month. If they're born in February, yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna stop being a loser and let you guys listen to this awesome song. Chewing Gum by NCT Dream.
시선이 어색해 천천히 다가가자 딴 곳을 보는 걸 역시 널 찾아내긴 어렵지 않았어 그런데 화내기엔 너무나 예쁜 너 우선 물어봐 누가 더 커질까 자신 있어 부드러운 주인공 조심스레 내게 더 다가가 너질 듯 부푼 내 맘은 주인공 주인공 너는 내 주인공 신기해 자꾸 마주치고 있잖아 너와 나 매일 똑같은 길을 같이 걷잖아 신경 쓰여 궁금해 너란 애는 어떤 나인지 다가가 언제쯤 말을 걸까 고민하게 돼 너만 보면 공기가 들어간 듯 갈수록 커져가 내 맘이 너로 가득 채워진 것 같아 커지면 커질수록 점점 투명해져 내 맘을 이제 더 난 숨길 수도 붙어라 주인공 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 지결할 주인공 닥터처럼 붙어줘 중독이 선호라는 건 끈적해 끌리는 것 같아 너무 다양해 내 마음에 터뜨려줄래 날 주인공 주인공이면 주인공 쉽게 내릴 수 없는 걸
함께 있어봐 누가 더 원할까 내기 할까 달콤한 주인공 장난스레 내게 난 다가가 예감이 좋아 너는 내 주인공
주인공 주인공
너는 내 주인공
주인공 주인공
달콤한 주인공
여기 나보다 큰 사람 있어? 없으면 됐어.
마마무 너보다 내가 더 커 넌 160 마마무 우리끼리 딱 1cm
나는 소리가 위니 뭔 나라 얘기 오케이 베프지만 키 앞에선 장사 없지 small win 어줍잖니 1cm 가지고 니들 이러기 우리 쿨하게 좀 가자 나만 헬싱기
너와 나의 차이
언니
인생
투성이 좀커
그냥 받아들여 난쟁
그래 받아들여
달라질 건 없어 인생
얼마나 카노
Do you know what I'm saying?
아이고 우리 언니가 어디 번데기 앞에서 주름을 잡을까요 이봐요 올라오려면 멀어네 여기 높은 곳까지 거기 아래 공기는 어때 많이 탁하지 난 거기 뭐가 입장 물가
그만해 이럴 시간 있으면 거나 고민해
우리 휘니 소리 안 다니 내가 꺼내줄게 언니가 이 구역의 장식
마마무 너보다 내가 더 커
넌 160
마마무 우리끼리
딱 1cm 차이
에요 반 올림에도 작아요 나보다 더 가창을 깔아봐요 소용없나요 흐를 신어도 티가 나고 운동화를 신어도 티가 나 그 순서가
너와
도레미파
나의 차이 인생
1.8
누가 봐도 이거
둘다
쌤쌤
두성이 좀커
여긴 우물 안의 전쟁
You know what I'm talking about yeah. 거기 몬스타 아주 그냥 물 만나셨어 인정해 여유 넘치는 게 잠실인 척 난리 우월한 척 난리 제옥만인 척 난리 그래봤자도 털이
맷돌 손잡이가 빠졌어 맷돌 손잡이가 빠졌어 지나가는 조태오가 웃어
지금 내 기분이 그래 어이가 없네
마마무 너보다 내가 더 커
넌 160
마마무 우리끼리
딱 1cm 차이
여기 나보다 큰 사람 있어?
너보다 내가 더 커 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 잘 들어 난쟁이들아 내가 이 바닥에서 너보다 내가 더 커 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 너보다 내가 더 커
똑같은 꿈을 꿔서 끝없는 사막 끝에 눈부신 도시는 항상 닿기도 전에 사라져버려 내가 가야 할 그곳을 향해서 멀고도 험난한 여정을 하겠어 아무것도 확신할 수도 기약조차 할 수 없어도 Find the Eldorado 난 지금 떠나려 해 더 큰 모험에 언제나 위험이 따르는 법 우리 앞에 펼쳐진 적대 속으로 그 누구도 모르는 미래를 향해 가자 Say 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 gotta gotta go go gotta find the Eldorado Eldorado go Say 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 gotta gotta go go gotta find the Eldorado Eldorado 고요한 바람 소리가 난 들려 어디서 불어왔을까 금빛 노래 두 눈을 감아보니 조금 더 선명해진 그곳이 아른거려 저 끝을 알 수 없어도 돌아갈 순 없어도 Find the Eldorado 그곳이 나를 부를 때 같은 자리에 난 멈춰있진 않겠어 우리 앞에 펼쳐진 자켓 속으로 그 누구도 모르는 미래를 향해 먼 날의 전설이 될 거를 The Eldorado 어떤 날에 폭풍 속에 있다 해도 함께라면 두렵지 않아 Oh Eldorado 저 멀리 모래로 된 높은 파도 또 몰아쳐와도 내가 만날 운명 그건 Eldorado Say 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 gotta gotta go go gotta find the Eldorado Eldorado Yeah 험난한 여정 장애물 이어져 하나 된 우린 모든 걸 넘어 저 빛은 커져 No pain no gain 이곳은 미지의 세계 열 손가락 모두 저 Here we are one we are one Now we're here 수많은 시간들이 우릴 스치고 다 펼쳐진 날들이 난 더 기대가 돼 날 믿어준 그들에게 옳았다고 증명해 보일 거야 우리 앞에 펼쳐진 자켓 속으로 그 누구도 모르는 미래를 향해 먼 하늘의 전설이 될 거는 The Eldorado 같은 하늘 같은 이름 아래 우리는 하나기에 서로를 믿어 Oh Eldorado Say 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 gotta gotta go go gotta find the Eldorado Eldorado Say 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 gotta gotta go go gotta find the Eldorado Eldorado 저 멀리 모래로 된 높은 파도 또 몰아쳐와도 우린 다시 맞서 결국 Eldorado Say 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 gotta gotta go go gotta find the Eldorado Eldorado 모진 오니 짐을 내려 또 스컷이 하얗길래 봐 Your little door chain 오바리오 간지다 Just wanna talk to you You and me와 destiny 선호하지 않던 너니何が何を誰が誰をこんな風にしたの決まってたことなの置き去りのまま錆びついた My heart is gone この部屋に残る君の影の全てを消し去ろうだなんて確実に他の朝 for me Bring it back cause you drive me crazy Bring it back cause you drive me crazy So baby you don't go oh oh No baby you don't go oh oh 君を悲しませ全てを遠ざけよう So baby you don't go oh oh No baby you don't go oh oh 君の笑顔取り戻す約束しようそしてこれが最後さ飾らない口調も Oh I just remember 無邪気な動きだって Really had to let go Oh I can be a gentleman yeah Oh I can be 10 out of 10 yeah 今欲しいのさ Baby say what you wanna do Tell me what should I do for you too もう泣かないで泣かせないで For you and me ベストな道が確かめたいんだ誰がなんていたっていいさ知りすぎるのも構わない握りしめた鍵 M4 I'm stepping out of the doorこの部屋に残る君 So baby you don't go oh oh no baby you don't go oh oh 君を悲しませ全てを遠ざけよう So baby you don't go oh oh no baby you don't go oh oh 君の笑顔取り戻す約束しようそしてこれが最後さ汚れにも星空にもどこに立って答えはないもう分かってるさ maybe too late 他でもない君の前でこの言葉この声で girl Don't let me lose control I'm losing So baby you don't go oh oh no baby you don't go oh oh 君を悲しませ全てを遠ざけよう So baby you don't go oh oh no baby you don't go君の笑顔取り戻す約束しようそしてこれが最後さこれが最後さ
I wasn't prepared to be a caregiver to mom. I had no idea how hard it would be and what I would need to know. Things I never thought of, like how to improve her mood and ways for me to stay positive. Luckily, I found the Caregiving Resource Center from AARP. It had articles about the basics, but also information about the hurdles I was facing.
Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving. Articles, tips, and tools to help you both care for your loved one and care for yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
I think that was a direct shout out to my mom. Hey, I'm not planning on putting you in a nursing home. I love you. Okay. Nah, we all have to take care of our parents someday. We, should do it with a happy heart. Right, Mom? I love you. 사랑해. Heart. Okay. Guys, I briefly want to talk with you guys about a few things, like some K-pop updates. I was busting it. I was freaking out. Okay. A lot of stuff went down. There's 2 articles I still have to read through before I talk with you about it. Because I just now found them, and I really want to talk to you about them. So the first one, oh my gosh. The first thing I want to talk to you guys about is K-pop terminology, because I know you hear me talk about it a lot. Okay, the first K-pop terminology is aegyo. Now, aegyo is just cuteness. It's what actors. Oh, well, kinda. It's what K-pop people do. It's how they act cute. Like when they put the peace signs by their eyes and be like, 하트, 사랑해, 오빠, 엄마. Stuff like that, just try to act really childish and really childlike and cute. My one of my old friends, whenever I'd go up to him and I'd say, "Oppa, it's nice to see you. How are you doing, Oppa?" He was like, "Why are you talking like that? Stop that." By the way, Oppa is just what a younger sister says to her older brother. Or, if the girl wants to flirt with a man, wow, if the female wants to flirt with the male, and the male's older than her, so she would say that. I don't know why I said it like that. My mom really drills on me about saying girls and women and men and boys. It is kind of imperative that we say that because, you don't know the age difference. Anyways, aegyo. Okay, moving on. I don't do aegyo well. Next one is age line. So this refers to the same year that the idols were born on. Like BTS's Jungkook and GOT7's Yugyeom, and Bam Bam. They were all born on the same timeline, like the same year, 1997. Was Bam Bam born in 1997? Bam Bam's their age, but I think he was actually born in 98. He was just born in the earlier months, like January and February. Oh, he's in the picture. He's not a 97 liner. But Yugyeom and Jungkook is. And Minghao from 17 was born in 97. I was born in the same year as Minghao. Oma, Mama, I love you. Thank you for giving birth to me in 97. It's when Minghao was born. Okay. And also, he's also a part of C-pop. So, there you go. I realize I don't talk too much about other stuff because I don't know too much. And I'm trying to. It's just, I've done stuff with K-pop for so long, it's just hard to branch out. But I am pushing myself to branch out. I actually listen to a lot more foreign, like Asian continental music than I did before. So, this is a work in progress with you guys. Minghao is also like a producer and a music creator guy. Awesome dude for Chinese music too. He was on this show. Oh my gosh, what show is it? Produce something. Produce something? Produce 101? That's a Korean thing. It's just his production show. It's called Produce something. I don't know the full title. But he was on it and he was a judge with Lay from EXO. And he actually helped train some of the groups. He's a sweetheart. But he's hardcore and he knows his stuff and he'll drill you if he has to. Not like Lay, who's just Mao Mao. And if you didn't know, Mao Mao means intimidation. It's like a level of intimidation. Mao Mao. Oh goodness. So, All Kill. Now this one I did not know. So let me read it with you. This is when a song takes the #1 spot on all 8 Korean music charts. It's pretty difficult to accomplish as some of those charts are uploaded hourly. It's a massive achievement for any idol group who gets an All Kill. I know BTS has done some, and maybe Big Bang. IDK, but I know BTS has done one. IDK. A lot of my favorite groups have. But that's when All Kill is. It's basically when a song is so bop that it's just like, yeah, 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 yeah. We noticed ya. Also us in Philly, we noticed ya. I don't know, I can't do accents. But it's like they get noticed and they get properly recognized for the hard work they put into that song. Or sometimes when they're actually doing stuff, making music and it's actually good songs, sometimes they won't get the credit they deserved. They won't get the recognition they deserve. But sometimes they do. An anti-fan. Okay. Anti-fan is a fan that, okay, us Americans, we know what an anti-fan is. We absolutely understand. Because back in the Backstreet Boys days, if anyone said anything about Nick, or what's his name, Aaron, I don't know. Let's just call him Nick. If anyone said anything about Nick, girls would go crazy and attack someone. I'm pretty sure if it was Elvis or the Beatles, they'd do the same. Well, that's an anti-fan. Actually, those ones with the Beatles go crazy. And the Jackson 5 that chased them off stage, that's a sasaeng. K-pop would consider them sasaengs. Because if you attack the band and the people, you're considered rogue bad fans, sasaengs, people that would hurt the thing, the idol, just to be in their lives, and that's terrible. Anti-fan will seek to destroy anything to do with that idol. Zico made a song called Anti, featuring G-Soul. If you want to listen to it and learn more about it. Beagle Line. This one I actually did not know either. I've heard many things, but not Beagle Line. The members of an idol group who are the most playful and or loud, not unlike an actual beagle. Okay, guys. Example time. So, Tomorrow But Together is a new group that Big Hit debuted. The members in the group are Yeonjun, Subin, Bumgyu, Taehyun, and Hyunin Kai. Okay, so the the chaotic line, the Beagle line. The same difference. The Beagle line is oh my gosh. Yeonjun, Bumgyu, and Hyunin Kai. Really? I remember this because I nearly died watching a video of Taehyun and Subin giving them the nastiest stare. Like, what is wrong with you people? It was hilarious. I loved it. Okay, you guys should go look up Tomorrow About Together Crack. It's not bad. It's just them being funny. They're hilarious. Support them. They're awesome. Woo! TXT. Anyways, that would be their Beagle line. Bumgyu, Yeonjun, and Hyunin Kai. They were crazy, bouncing off the wall, you know, being all hyper and excited and just happy about life. And Subin and Taehyun were the more down-to-earth, realistic, settled-down people who were just trying to get things done. The others were being crazy and chaotic for the camera and for the fans. The other two were just, you know, down to the point. We have bias. Okay. Bias is your favorite person in the group. So let's say it's the Beatles and you really love Ringo. Ringo, right? Ringo round the rosy. Okay, I'm sorry. I had to. So I'm going to get bust up by a bunch of Beatles fans. So your favorite is Ringo. And you're crazy about Ringo. You go crazy about him. You're just so in love with Ringo. That's a bias. You favor him out of everyone in the group. And you would pick him out of anyone else you hear in the group. That's a bias within the group. Now, an ultimate bias would be your favorite idol out of all the groups. So let's say the Jackson 5 and the Beatles, Big Time Rush, and One Direction are all in, you know, your little circle of idol groups that you like and enjoy, and other idol groups on the fringe where you kind of like. So you like Ringo. He's your bias. But then, you know, you kind of like Kendall Knight from Big Time Rush. And you like Kendall Knight out of everyone you ever like. But within the Beatles, you still love Ringo. But if it came down to it, you would pick Kendall. Because Kendall is your ultimate bias out of every idol group out there. Okay, now let's say your bias wrecker comes along. Now the bias wrecker is the member that totally destroys every bias you've had. Now let's say in the Jackson 5, we have Michael Jackson. Sorry, I had to think of their names. We have Michael Jackson, the kind of, you know, maker of the band. He, like, made them. They were awesome. Anyways, that's why you love it. Because you feel like he made the band. The band would be different without him. Just like Monsta X is different without Wonho. Okay. So that's how you feel. But Kendall is still your ultimate bias out of all the bias, out of all the boy groups. Out of all the groups. Okay. And Ringo, he's still your favorite in the Beatles. Kendall is your ultimate. Ringo is your bias within Beatles. But then we have Michael Jackson. He is your bias wrecker. If you had to choose between, no, different example. Let's say Michael Jackson, the Jackson 5, Big Time Rush, and the Beatles. They were all like together and hanging out, and you saw a video of them singing. And then Michael started singing with Kendall and Ringo. I don't know if Ringo sang, but let's just say he did for the sake of it. And then Michael just started singing with them as the Beatles were playing, and the Big Time Rush was doing some other vocals, you know, da 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 da. And you heard Michael sing, and you're like, oh my goodness, that is an amazing voice. I love it. That's, and you find yourself gravitating more towards Michael Jackson than you were towards Kendall or Ringo. You find yourself just shifting a little bit towards Michael Jackson. That's how that's your bias wrecker. You find yourself falling more in love with Michael Jackson than Kendall, your ultimate bias, or Ringo, your bias within Beatles. So you stop paying attention too much to Kendall or Ringo. You start paying more attention to Michael Jackson. And I cannot tell you how weird this is to make that example, because I don't know anyone else's names but those guys. And I think you guys would know them too. But I don't think Ringo sings. I think Ringo plays the drums. Oh well. But that's your bias wrecker. When the bias wrecker steals your affection and attention from your ultimate bias and your actual bias. Okay, so guys, Comeback is just basically they're coming back from a break and they're putting out new music. Okay, Daesung, I don't know how to describe it, so I'm just going to read it from their website. A Daesung is the highest award an idol can receive. They're usually in categories such as Album of the Year, Song of the Year, Artist of the Year, and focus on sales. It's actually in Korean culture, in K-pop, Daesungs are a big deal. BTS just won their, not just one, but they won theirs a year or two back, and they bawled. They worked really hard for it, and they said, we didn't see this coming, but we're very grateful and honored to have this award. Another thing is fan chant, so yet again, I'll have them describe it for me. Words shouted by fans during performances. They usually include naming all the members of a group during their intro to their song, and then repeating specific words or lines throughout. Okay, now BTS has their own, and let me see if I can get it right. So, Kim Namjoon, Kim Seokjin, Jung Ho-seo, Park Jimin, Min Yoongi, Jung Yeonju, Jung Jungkook, Kim Taehyung, BTS. That's not it at all, but it's something like that, like Kim Namjoon, Kim Seokjin, Min Yoongi, Jung Ho-seo, Park Jimin, Kim Taehyung, Jung Jungkook, BTS. Woo! That was right, actually. I had to take a test to get onto a Facebook account to actually keep up with BTS. One of their questions for BTS, the fan account, was, what's the fan chant we always shout before they start singing on stage? And at the time, I couldn't think about it, so I had to go look it up and research it. And then I found myself researching many things about BTS, and I'm like, what is life? What is life? I love them, but not this much. I actually quite enjoyed myself researching it. It was so much fun. So another thing is whiting. And it's just a way they say fighting. It's a phrase of support in cheering someone on. For me, I think they just can't pronounce the F sound, the F sound. So, say whiting. But it's also, in their language, a phrase of support in cheering on someone. Okay. So we have idol. Now, idol is not what you think. It's not like the brazen golden calf. I don't want to say brazen. It's not the golden calf. That's not what it is. It's just people look up to that sing a song on a stage and dance and sing while they dance. That's just basically all it is. So in non-American terms, they're just people who sing and dance on the stage and act. overseas, it's much different. they don't they don't think the same things we think. Oh wait, killing part. I'm gonna read this again. This is usually the part in the songs where fans have deemed to be the best part. It can actually it can apply to the music or choreography, and it could be anything from a key change to a bass drop or a particular gesture in the dance. Like the Elvis gesture that everyone in America hated at first. That would be a killing part. Okay. El Dorado. El Dorado. El Dorado. I'm sorry, my friend lives in El Dorado, so I just call it that now. El Dorado is a song by EXO, and it has a part where I say that because Baekhyun, who sings that part, looks almost like an older brother to Taehyung from BTS. Baekhyun sings the highest note I think a man can make, and he does it with relative ease, but he looks like he's straining for the note. But he still gets it out, and that is an amazing feature. And also, the breath. He had to work really hard at that. Anyways, that would be a killing part. What's another killing part? Killing part in BTS's song, their mic drop song, would be when the bass drop. Bum bum ba-na-na-na, bum bum ba-na-na-na. I did that terribly, but that's basically that beat drop within the Steve Aoki remix. That part. Oh, that was a nice one. I love it. The leader of the group. The leader of the group would be the oldest. Sometimes it's the oldest. Sometimes it's the most mature. Sometimes it's the more put together or more well-rounded person. Or sometimes it's just who the people look up to. Because the group will look up to this one member and be like, "Oh, you should lead us. You're our leader." And he's like, don't want to lead. And the company's like, "You have to." They look up to you. No, legit, that has happened to people. G-Dragon wasn't the oldest in his group in Big Bang, but he still led the group. Namjoon is not the oldest in BTS. Kim Seok-jin is, but he still leads the group. A leader is just someone who takes charge, and just to me, like I said, they're mature and well-rounded, and they have their crap together. And they can take care of the other members and get their crap together. And make sure everyone is on the right track. Sometimes our leaders fail, but yet again, humanity fails. So they're going to fail. They're not God, so they can't be perfect. So let's just understand that. Anyways, Maknae is the youngest of the group. And to give you Michael Jackson in the Jackson 5 was the youngest in the group, I believe. He's the youngest? So he'd be the Maknae of the group if he was in Korea. Now, the golden Maknae is the youngest member who is impressively multi-talented despite their young age. We can call... Who is this in American world? I don't know much American stuff. That's terrible because I am American. Dang! Alright, so... The golden Maknae that you could probably look up is Jungkook. He is called the golden Maknae because he is really talented. He can produce, he can sing, he can dance, he can rap, he can videograph, photograph. He can do many things and write lyrics too. He's participated in many albums writing lyrics for the groups. So that would be what you would call a golden Maknae. And if you want to do more research, go on YouTube and type in golden Maknae Jungkook, JUNGGUK, and then I'm pretty sure a bunch of armies would gladly bless your soul with Jungkook content. Some Jungkook biases, Jungkook stands. By the way, stan is not just a name. And a K-pop stan means that you it's a hardcore version of a bias, but it's like a more deeper, heartfelt feeling. You feel more attached to that artist than you would anything else. Like, I stan BTS as a whole because I feel more attached, more emotionally attached to BTS. I love everything they put out because their music cuts me to the core, and it just plays on my heartstrings, and I love it. They make amazing music, and I can jam and bop to it and forget the world. I stan BTS. That's basically the gist. And it's not kind of shallow, like, kind of like, I don't want to say this, but a lot of people who like the Beatles or like Elvis, I feel like it was partially kind of shallow, kind of shallow love. As soon as everything died down, they wouldn't love him anymore. I mean, because Elvis, he declined in fame, kinda, and so did the Beatles. I mean, they're still awesome, amazing people. It's just not a big deal anymore. They're still considered like godlike in their spectrum of music and what they do and what they did. But it's just like they don't matter as much. Well, a stan would be a hardcore fan and love them and think that they matter 100% no matter what. That's just what a stan is. It's like a hardcore version of a bias. Of having a bias, my bad. Haha! Music shows. Okay. If you don't know anything about K-pop, then you should know this. Music shows, music shows, music shows! Music shows are the lifeline of all K-pop stuff. If we don't have music shows, we can't hardly see anything. Like, music shows in Korea are kind of like what MTV used to be here in America. Used to play music videos all the time. The music shows like, oh my gosh, Mnet, MBC, M Countdown, Music Bank, Music Core, Show Champion, The Show, and Inkigayo. Those shows, they play music videos, they play live performances, they play interviews, they do special TV specials with the idols acting in them. They do all this crazy stuff just to keep your idols popular in the news, in your hearts, in your ears. Make sure that you're keeping up with the all the jazz that's going around when a K-pop comeback, a debut, a disbandment, and even when someone dies, sometimes they'll have special events. Like, I think they had a special event for when Jonghyun died. I think. And sometimes they'll put news updates about when a group disbands, and then they might play their videos, stuff like that. But even if they do disband, they'll still play their videos. But they try to stay more current and stuff. But those music shows, they have more live performances than a lot of the music shows here in America ever did. Because this is an industry. K-pop is an industry. It's crazy, and it's an economic system all on its own. But music shows, I cannot emphasize how important they are, and I cannot emphasize how important it is that you watch at least a few of them. At least one from each of the ones that I mentioned. M Countdown, Music Bank, Music Core, Show Champion, The Show, Inkigayo. Make sure you catch some of them from those shows. Because if you watch it from those shows, you get good quality videos, and also the performances are bop. Cool. And it's also nice to see the live performances, to see how they perform on live stage. My mom always said, why would you go to a concert just to have them lip sync? She believes in live performances, and she always believed that they should perform live because otherwise you're just wasting your money. Ooh, I know that's terrible. It'd be terrible to just, go to a concert, have them not perform live. Anyways, haha. Move on to a subunit. Now, a subunit, let's say there's 16 members, and let's say there's 18 members, and there's a subunit of 9, and they break off the group into 3 subunits, and the subunits are made up of 9 people. That's what a subunit is. When they break off the main group and they put them in 2 separate groups, which equal the total number of the group, and or not, it could be odd and even too. Well, those 9 in each of those subunits would perform and come back and have a debut of their own too. So that's what subunit is. EXO CBX. EXO is a group, a K-pop group that rocks all get out. Like all get up. And then CBX stands for Chen, Baekhyun, Jimin. Jimin? It's Xuimin. Jimin. It's really hard for me to say his name. But that's a subunit. Okay. The next is the big 3. Now we're going to fly through these last ones. So it's already 11 o'clock. I'm so sorry. I talk really slow and I explain too much. Okay. The big 3 is basically the biggest 3 companies within K-pop, the K-pop industry. It used to be SM, JYP, and YG Entertainment. Nowadays it's shifting, but I still think they kind of have a hold on the K-pop economy, the K-pop industry. I still think they have a big hold, even though YG's going through a major drug scandal, major prostitution ring. It's a big ordeal with YG. YG's just going through a lot of stuff today, in our day and age. Back in the 1990s, when I was just 1 years old. Miyane. That means I'm sorry in Korean. Nomu miyane. I'm very sorry. Okay. Anyways, I'm an old woman. I'm a very old woman. That's basically it. Then we have trainees. And trainees is someone who's training under the K-pop industry, under that certain company. A V-Live. V-Live is... let me see if they describe better. Yeah, I'm going to read what they said. If you want to keep up with idols, V-Live is a necessity. It's a live stream platform where most K-pop idols have an official account. Some upload entire episodes of behind-the-scenes footage. Others use it to live stream from their hotels after shows. BTS, Jungkook will literally live stream himself eating steak. Will literally do that. No, yeah, that and J-Hope. And then everyone else will come in the J-Hope's V-Live. And then they'll eat steak with him. Or steal his. This is adorable. Anyways. It's a great place to start your obsessions with many groups. Yeah, don't become a sasaeng. Because a sasaeng is a crazy fan who bullies and hurts the idols just to be in their life. And that's not a fan. Like the fans who tried to chase the Jackson 5. Or if that happened in the movie. If you've watched the Jackson 5 movie. The fans who did that are not fans. Fans who love them will show respect, will gain their trust, and will not act like children high on sugar whenever they're around them. Yes, I go crazy. Yes, I freak out. Yes, I would cry and pass out if I see BTS. But I would never attack them. If I'm never in their life, that doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is that they're safe, they're happy, and they're doing what they love, and that I get to hear their music. That's what matters to me. But Saw sayings don't think like that. Now, Weekly Idol. Here, I'm going to have them describe it for you too. This TV show has recently undergone a revamp that's caused a drop in its popularity, but it was previously considered the ultimate variety program for idols to showcase their funnier sides. It's a treasure trove of gags, games, and challenges, with almost every idol you could imagine having appeared on it. And they're not lying. Almost every idol, actually, has appeared on there, even unknown ones. And then they have group settings where, like, massive groups come, like NCT, like the whole community, except for Wavy. But yeah. That's it! My head hurts. I talk way too much. So, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna play some music for you guys. I might... no. I'm gonna actually read the one of those articles and then read them to you. Then we're gonna talk briefly about the EMAs, MTV EMAs, and then talk about 9% briefly, SB19 briefly, AKB48 briefly, and then how about BTS briefly, and then play out music, because I believe briefly does not work for me. Here's Mamacita by Super Junior. Thanks for hanging in there.
지금 입을 막고 있네 흘러가는 소리를 따르기로 했네 그냥 슛하면 잠잠해질 걸 모두 애써 바가지를 긁었대
슈퍼맨이라도 기대하고 있니 이만하면 놀기 좋은 세상 맞지 원래 하던 대로 가던 길만 가면 튀어서 망칠 맞을 일이 없잖니
끌나길 지켜 누리요 Yes
정말 역시 그렇게 말해요
Yes
특별함을 다 가진 우리 형 도대체 무슨 일이 있었나 Hey Mamacita 내가 아야야야야 잔인하게 깨져버린 꿈이 아야야야야 뭔가 무너지고 떠났어 눈물마저 담에 말랐어 감투를 쓴 자 무게를 느껴 You 누가 먼저 시작했던 말도 이제 그만 좀 끝내보고 싶어 서로 자극하는 말 목적 없는 전쟁 같아 당장 눈앞에 이들만 보고 나를 선이빨을 가려도 보고 정말 중요한 걸 잊었는데 또 묻고 서도
소리쳐도 들리지 않나요 Yes
지키지 못할 약속했나요
Yes 시원스레 해결해봤나요
도대체 무슨 일일까
Hey Mamacita 내가 아야야야야 잔인하게 깨져버린 꿈이 아야야야야 뭔가 무너지고 떠났어 눈물마저 담에 말랐어 감투를 쓴 자 무게를 느껴 You
돌아서서 다른 길로 다친 너를 위해 위로
그 자리에 맞게 알로
You ain't got no chance 놓치지 마 한 번 떠나면 잡을 수 없어
Body I don't think so 설교하지 마난 갑중에 가너 말에 을 중에 을이 파워팀에 비해 말이 작아 너 하나뿐이겠냐 Just close your lips, shut your tongue
나 혼자 다른 꿈을 꾸면 절대 안 돼 지금 네가 필요해
잠도 많고 웃음도 많고 좋아하는 사람들과 살아가고 당신은 뒤를 돌아봤을 때 너무 잘해왔구나 생각들 때 나도 있고 우리도 있고 기대해볼 만한 그런 미래 있고 언제라도 우린 다시 한 번 더
위로 그 자리에 맞게 알로 You ain't got no chance 놓치지 마 한번 떠나면 잡을 수 없어 Hey mamacita 내가 아야야야야 상처를 치료해줘 사람 어디 없나 가만히 놔두다가 끊임없이 덧나 사람도 너무나도 겁나 혼자인 게 무서워 난 잊혀질까 두려워 상처를 치료해줘 사람 어디 없나 가만히 놔두다가 끊임없이 덧나 사람도 너무나도 겁나 혼자인 게 무서워 난 잊혀질까 두려워 언제나 외톨이 맘의 문을 닫고 슬픔을 등에 지고 살아가는 바보 두 눈을 감고 두 귀를 막고 캄캄한 어둠 속에 내 자신을 갖고 365일 1년 내내 방황하는 내 영혼을 쫓아 길을 잡은 잭스페로 몰아치는 허리케인 졸라매는 허리끈의 방향감을 상실하고 길을 잃은 소리꾼 내게 안에 숨어있는 또 다른 나와 싸워 그녀가 떠나갈 때 내게 말했었지 너는 곁에 있어도 기는 게 아닌 것 같다고 만지면 벗겨버리는 칼날 같은 사람 심장이 얼어붙은 차가웠던 사랑 그래 길을 잃고 사는 게 사는 게 아니야 매일매일이 너무나 두렵고 매일매일 누가 날 좀 꺼내줘 언제나 외톨이 맘의 문을 닫고 슬픔을 등에 지고 살아가는 바보 두 눈을 감고 두 귀를 막고 캄캄한 어둠 속에 내 자신을 갖고 언제나 외톨이 맘의 문을 닫고 슬픔을 등에 지고 살아가는 바보 두 눈을 감고 두 귀를 막고 캄캄한 어둠 속에 내 자신을 갖고 아무도 모르게 다가온 이별에 대면했을 때 또다시 혼자가 되는 게 두려워 외면했었네 꿈에다 그리던 새내가 시간이 다시금 내게로 되돌아오기를 바라며 간절한 마음으로 밤마다 기도했었네 시민의 단계로 내 손을 돌아가 추억의 와사리 머나먼 번역을 향해 전없이 빠르게 날아가 내게로 돌아와 달라고 내 손을 붙잡아 달라고 부르고 불러도 한없이 너를 찾아만다가 뭐라 대답이 없는 널 내 기억 속에 터져나간 사람의 손자를 만드는 수를 끊으시 몸부림쳐버린 멜방 꿈이다 그대가 나타나 흐르는 눈물을 닦아주는 걸 나 어떡하라고 다 끄떡없다고 거짓말하라고 더는 못 참겠다고 나도 아플 땐 아프다고 슬플 땐 슬프다고 얼어붙은 심장이 자꾸만 내게로 꽂아지네 정말로 끝이라고 정말로 괜찮다고 꼭 참고 싶었던 눈물이 자꾸만 내게로 쏟아지네 상처를 치료해줘 사람 어디 없나 가만히 놔두다가 끊임없이 덧나 사람도 너무나도 겁나 혼자인 게 무서워 난 잊혀질까 두려워 상처를 치료해줘 사람 어디 없나 가만히 놔두다가 끊임없이 덧나 사람도 너무나도 겁나 혼자인 게 무서워 난 잊혀질까 두려워 언제나 외톨이 맘의 문을 닫고 슬픔을 등에 지고 살아가는 바보 두 눈을 감고 두 귀를 막고 캄캄한 어둠 속에 내 자신을 갖고 언제나 외톨이 맘의 문을 닫고 슬픔을 등에 지고 살아가는 바보 두 눈을 감고 두 귀를 막고 캄캄한 어둠 속에 내 자신을 갖고 쉬운 일이 절대 아니야 네 앞에 서는 건 스릴러 한 편이야 잘 나가다가도 뭔가 끝나면 그대로 시작이야 싸늘해지가는 네 눈빛 무거워지는 분위기 난 그 자리 가만히 앉은 채 숨을 고르고 있어 서로 향한 말투는 점점 더 날카로워져만 가 나를 향해 swap bang bang
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I just want to say, who was watching that child who crossed that road? I mean, and why was the girl chasing after her ball in the middle of a busy road? I mean, even if it was a neighborhood, I mean, she had to have seen the car coming, right? I mean, I'm not taking up for the driver. I'm just saying, you know, it's not all the driver's fault. Although she was texting. She shouldn't have been texting. But the child should have paid attention to the road. My gosh. I mean, if the child was 5, I understand. But really? Are we really going to let a 5-year-old play outside in our front yard near a roadway we know cars travel fast down? Alone? That just sounds like neglect to me. But, you know, what do I know? I'm just a silly little awkward person. Okay. I'm laughing because I don't want to cry. Because Mom Babes did something nice for Monsta X. Alright, so after Wonho announced his departure of Monsta X and Starship Entertainment, which is the company they were under, Mom Babe started putting post-it stickers on Starship Entertainment on their front doors and all around the building. Encouraging words and just stuff they tweeted before saying, we love you, we support you, we still want you back, but take care of yourself. Stuff like that. And it's really sad. It's still kind of fresh. He left on the 31st of October. It's still kind of sad, and it's still shocking. But apparently Mom Babes bought out a billboard in the New York Times Square. And what they put was, we shine brighter as a family. They listed all the members' names as well as Mom Babe. And it shows a picture underneath it of them, the group, probably when they debuted. That's what it looks like. They look young. And then Mom Babe on it. And they did that in support of Wonho, and to tell him that they were gonna be waiting, and they hope he takes care of himself, and that he knows that he's loved and he's wanted, even though he probably doesn't feel like that, and all this crap's going around with him in the news, all that. We don't know too much, but we know enough to where we just want him to be happy, healthy, and in the right state of mind. There's also fan projects. If you are a Mom Babe, you go onto the Amino app and go on, find a Mom Babe fan site for Monsta X, a fan account, and create your own. And depending on what country you're from, they'll have different projects and activities you can partake in to help support Wonho in his major life decision about quitting music, which is what I've said before in my previous show, what he always wanted to do and sacrificed a lot to do. So, major and dramatic change in his career choice. So, to show your support, you can go on the Amino app, find the Mom Babe fan site, and try to see which country, I know you know which country you're in. Find the country you're in and see what they're doing, and if you can do something to support Wonho as well. It's a very sad subject. Also, update, Monsta X, they won an award for their follow comeback on the 5th of November. And I know a lot of mom babes on YouTube and on Instagram that have been, vying for them to win. Is that right? Vying? They have been working hard for them to win. So, yeah. Yeah. I just thought I might tell you guys that it's still a sore subject and I'm still kind of upset about it. But hearing that Monster X actually won made me very, very happy. Okay. Sorry. I thought I heard keys and I was like, I thought I was alone in the station. I am. Don't worry about it. I might not get to everything I want to get to. Let me. My pen's and ink. Awesome silence there. Okay, so I might hold back and just play music for you guys. Nah, what the heck? Okay, so at the 2019 MTV EMAs, they took place in Seville, Spain on November 3rd. And we have a winner! So we're going to talk about. BTS won 3 out of 4 awards that they were nominated for. They took home Best Group, Best Live, and Biggest Fans, thanks to ARMY. Woo woo woo! You're welcome. Meanwhile, in the Worldwide Act, winners category, the website says, Monster Rookies 18s received an award for Best Korean Act. Don't ask me what that accent was. Yep. That's it. That's all it took. Other Asian artists who won at the MTV EMAs, which is MTV Eastern Music Awards, includes King Nu for Best Japan Act and Jasmine Soko for Best Southeast Asia Act, as well as Chinese actor Lisa Ronran-hu, who was named part of EMA's Generation Change. Then they congratulate the winners. We congratulate the winners as well. Woo 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 woo! Don't judge me. I'm weird. We know this. I know, you know, we know. I'm sorry. Miane. No mu miane. Sorry. I'm looking at C-pop, Chinese pop. Ooh. So, Zhang Yijing, Lei from EXO, he terminates his Samsung contract due to a one Chinese policy. Policy requires that companies refer to territories such as Hong Kong, Taiwan, and Macau as part of China, and not as autonomous entities. The current heightened political tensions between Hong Kong and China have sparked a wave in China of people scrutinizing international brands to find whether or not they abide by the One China policy. Okay. Okay. Well, considering not everyone's China, you know, I don't like that policy. Hong Kong does not. Okay, Hong Kong, Taiwan, and Macau. There's a reason why they don't want to be a part of China. mainland China. And that's because is China still communist? Let me look this up. China government. China government. Are they still communist? Yeah. What's China's political system called? Communist Party. Politics of the People's Republic of China displays the framework of social republic run by a single party, the Communist Party of China, headed by the general. No, that's not Wikipedia. Well, whatever they are, they're part communist and part socialist. But that's probably why. But Yingjing terminated because of this. But they actually... Let me read this. Zhang Yijing and his studio have always adhered to the One China principle, firmly maintained national sovereignty and territorial integrity, and opposed any attempt to split China in any form. Zhang Yijing has always loved the city of Hong Kong and has so felt the support and affection of many Hong Kong fans. Give back to the fans. We plan to provide fans in Hong Kong, surrounding cities, and overseas opportunity to enjoy his wonderful professional performances. But what is happening in Hong Kong is something that no one wants to see. Before the decision was made to cancel, Zhang Yijing has his team and concert organizers tried all possible ways to ensure the safety of fans and friends to allow the concert to go ahead as scheduled, but there is still no guarantee of the traffic conditions and safety. As a result, we have to announce that we are regrettably canceling the concert in Hong Kong on August 17th. This is an old article. But still kind of crazy, you know, living in America and looking at stuff like this. Be like, Hong Kong, Taiwan, and Macau are their own entities. Hong Kong finally got America out of there, and America doesn't technically run the place. And then they also Taiwan. Taiwan should be called their own entity. They're so far away from mainland China. They should be called their own entity. And plus, they don't run the same way as China does. And Macau is like the Las Vegas of America. It's like the love child of mainland China and Taiwan that they just throw aside because it's crazy. It's a basically Las Vegas country. That's insane. But anyways, I guess it's just my American kind of mindset because I just don't believe. I don't know. I guess it's kind of like, you know, if Texas broke off from America, but it was still technically in America. And America was like, well, it's still a part of America, but it's not. It's not. It calls itself something separate. It's not the same. It's utterly and completely different. It has a different judicial system and everything. Can't really call it the same, but I guess I understand. It's just, I really don't think it'd be a good thing or healthy thing for there to be one China with Hong Kong and Taiwan and Macau. There's a reason why they want to be separate, and there's a reason why they don't want to be connected. And it's a good reason. China is controlling and overbearing. And that's why they don't want to be connected. But it's okay for people in China to have that dream. People in Korea have the dream of one Korea, which that ever happens, I'm gonna cry, but they're all gonna get blown up in their faces. Not by a missile, no, but they'll lose a lot of freedoms. You can't take a republic and a dictatorship and put them together and expect a democracy. That does not happen. Look at America. I'm kidding. No, you can't. You can't take something like that and expect the best. There's always going to be a bad outcome when stuff like that happens. You can't expect a controlling leader to give up control. Coming from someone who values control a lot, that's not something they're willing to do. But anyways, you can always have hope and dreams and believe in miracles. And one China, one Korea, one America in a mindset kind of way. Get it? Anyways, that just piqued my interest. I'm sorry I got on a little rant and I kind of veered off from what I was going to talk about. Guys, I'm having a massive sinus headache, and I don't know if I'll be able to talk about these guys. But when I come back to my next show, I'm gonna hit you guys up on all these idols coming up, and it'll be less informative about news and more about the bands and the music. So hopefully we'll have a much better show without me having a headache that wants me to pop out my eyeballs and squish them with a hammer. Yes, it hurts that bad. And you know you can actually do that with a spoon. You can take a spoon, put it in your eye, and then pop your eyes out. I found that out online. I know actually it was on a TV show. I don't know which one. If I find out, I'll tell you guys. If I remember, I'll tell you guys. But you guys might not want to know. But if you take a spoon, put it in your eye, and pop it out, it's going to hurt. But you can do it. And it won't kill you. And I don't think it'll blind you. Just depends on how you do it. Like if you cut that nerve, very sensitive nerve, you could go blind. But I wouldn't do it. People can literally have their eyes pop out though. If their eyes are like protruding out. Protruding. Don't know how to say that word. Just along with minimalizing. Certain words I can't say. But you can actually, if your eyes are already protruding out, then you can pop them out. It won't make you go blind. But don't try it. Please don't try it. And if you do not say my name or my radio show. Forget I exist. I don't want to be connected if you go to the hospital and the police come. I don't want to be connected. Anyways, let's listen to some K-pop while our show ends. I just want to say thank you guys for putting up with me today, and I love you. Thank you for being here on the show, and I'll try to sign you out whenever time comes. But until then, Sarang Hill, thank you for bearing with me. And our next show, we're going to talk about the different bands within the Asian continent, like Pinoy Pop, C-Pop, J-Pop, Thai Pop, stuff like that. It's hard to find a group from Thailand, a boy group. So I found solo artists. I think Thailand's going through a phase where they're kind of like America right now. Like, they have solo artists, and that's their gig. That's their main thing. That's their jam. They can do that stuff. It's awesome. But anything else, they're like, maybe not. I always think Thai is also harsher to listen to. This means something, it sounds more harsh than German. And Russian, having a love child. That's what Thai is. Love the language. Beautifully spelled. Singing wise, it's just not attractive, really. You know, French is attractive. And Korean is very cutesy. Japanese is soothing. Depending on what you listen to. You can really jam out to it, and you can, like, get the lyrics too. Chinese, rocks you to the soul. But tie. You have to be in a special mood for that. It's not very attractive, but I do like the meanings behind the songs I do have in my favorites that I need to get on here for you guys. Anyways, we're going to talk about the varying branches of K-pop groups within other cultures within the Asian continent. So until then, we'll listen to some jams, Jimin jams, and then I'll sign you guys out when that comes. We're going to start off with Peter Pan by EXO. Thank you guys for listening.
낡은 일기장 먼지를 털어내 문득 펼친 곳 그 속엔 해맑게 네가 있어 아직 넌 그대로 여기 남아있어 잊고 지냈던 그림이 떠올라 작은 떨림이 내 몸에 샘솟아 좀 서글프기네 그대로 돌아갈 수 없는 게 널 찾아간다 추억이 보낸 티컵에 따라 나섰던 네버랜드 그곳에 내가 너와 바라보며 웃고 있어 난 영원한 너의 피터팬 그 시간에 멈춘 네 남자 서툴지만 너무 사랑했던 나의 너의 길 다녀가 널 많이 괴롭혔던 짓궂은 악당 모두 물리쳐준 기억이 생생해 그 순간부터 너의 마음을 얻고 나는 키스까지 내 맘을 항상 구름 타고 날았지 너는 웬디 신데렐라보다 예뻤지 가슴 뛰게 만든 단 한 사람 널 느끼니까 두 눈이 빛나 널 찾아간다 추억이 보낸 티컵에 따라 나섰던 네버랜드 그곳에 내가 너와 바라보며 웃고 있어 난 영원한 너의 피터팬 그 시간에 멈춘 네 남자 서툴지만 너무 사랑했던 나의 너의 길 다녀가
눈빛 감도는 얼굴 구름 위를 걷는 기분 베이비 분의 가슴이 두근거렸던 그림 같은
그때
너의 눈은 살며시 웃어줬던 것처럼 지금도 내 맘에 한켠에 열린 창문에 네가 날아와 준다면
내 통화 속 담아놓은 널 여전히 맴도는 sweet girl 아직도 떨려 가슴 한켠 너 없는 이곳은 배동성 내 기억 속 적어도 널 지워지지 않는 pretty girl
아직도 설레어 가슴 한켠 너 없는 이곳을
시계의 태엽 도는 사이 얼마나 달라졌을까 널 작은 공간 안에서 벗어날 수조차 없는 그런 거짓말 속에 어디서 온지도 모르는 미친 사람들 다 똑같겠지 뭐 감당할 수 없는 일들 쉽게 열지 못했던 좌절 속에서 고장난 내 모습은 지독한 어둠 속에서 혼자서 갇혀진 채 Oh why don't you call me up 미쳐버릴 것 같던 cover can go burn out before legendary. Do you hear me? 회색빛 안개 덮인 gloomy day. 눈앞이 가려진 게 두려워. 이젠 아무것도 흥미가 안 나. No, do you hear me? 거리를 걷다 보니 different way. 뒤돌아보니 아무도 없네. 내가 쫓던 꿈들이 날 따라와. No, yeah. I'm dying inside. I wanna think that it's a lie. Why? 소리쳐 외쳐봐도 대답이 없네. 쏟아지는 외로움 in the rain. She's in the rain. 아름다웠던 날 그려보면 흘러가버린 시간이 멈춰. 이제 눈을 뜨기조차 버거워. No, she's in the rain. 아픈 티 안 내는 너. 끝이 보이는 게 너무 두려워. 너의 눈엔 이미 생기가 없어. No, she's dying inside. She wants to think that it's a lie. Why? 애타게 불러봐도 대답이 없네. 쏟아지는 빗방울 in the rain. She's in the rain. 아름다웠던 날 그려보면 흘러가버린 시간이 멈춰. 이제 눈을 뜨기조차 버거워. Yourself go through the pain. It's better to be held than holding on. No, we're in the rain. 떨어지고 있는 이 미소에서 흩어져버린 널 다시 잡고 아름다웠던 널 볼 수 있게.
미친 듯이 달려도 넌 다시 또 제자리였다고. 거울 속 너의 모습이 일그러지는 mystery. Falling 해가 저물면 문을 열어둬. 모든 빛이 사라진 밤. 나나나나 스르륵 잔듯 스르륵 곁에 아무도 모르게 다가갈게 now. Oh now. 수많은 별이 너만을 비추길.
다르게 느껴져 너를 부르는 목소리가 들려 한없이 차가워진 눈빛 돌아서가는 너를 숨기고
홀린 듯 이끌린 그곳은 위험해 No, no, no way 스르륵 스르륵 잠든 스르륵 스르륵 꿈에 아무도 모르게 들어갈게 now, oh now 흐르는 너의 차가운 눈물 다 지워줄게 눈을 떠봐 내 손을 잡아봐 매일 꿈속에만 그렸던 나잖아 그렇게도 원한 너와 내 시간들 baby 이제는 나와 함께해 문을 열어줘 가득 품에 안고 하나 된 순간 달빛을 모두 담아 빛이 없는 저 하늘에 작은 빛이 돼줄게 언제나 꿈처럼 눈을 감아 내 손을 잡아봐 다 잊어버려 혼자였던 시간 까만 세상 속에 네 편이 돼줄게 baby 이제는 나와 함께해 baby you and I baby you and I
이제는 연락조차 받질 않아 너 대신 들리는 몸이 건조한 목소리 힘든 날들도 있는 건데 잠깐을 못 이겨 또 다른 태안을 찾아가 시간을 가지자 이 말을 안 잊는 그대로 시간을 가지자 뜻으로 받아들여 버렸어 Congratulations 너 참 대단해 Congratulations 어쩜 그렇게 아무렇지 않다 하면 알지 말까 웃는 얼굴 보니까 잊었나봐 시간이 그쳐도 맑게 생각해보자는 맑게 내 눈을 보면서 잊게 되고 이렇게 내게 아무렇지 않다 하면 알지 말까 웃는 얼굴 날 떠나게 잊고 행복해하는 날 어때 그 남자 나보다 더 나아 그 사람이 내 기억들 지워줬나봐 그래 너가 행복하면 됐지 라는 거짓말은 안 할게 대체 내가 왜 난 너한테 행복을 바래야 돼 절대 I don't give up Congratulations 너 참 대단해 Congratulations 어쩜 그렇게 아무렇지 않다 하면 알지 말까 웃는 얼굴 보니까 잊었나봐 시간이 그쳐도 맑게 생각해보자는 맑게 내 눈을 보면서 잊게 되고 이렇게 내게 아무렇지 않다 하면 알지 말까 웃는
See you guys later. Bye.
진심과 girl congratulations 바로 얼마 안 걸렸네 잘나셨어 인터넷에 올라온 네 사진을 보니 그리 많이도 행복하니 입이 귀까지 걸려있는 것 같아 난 아직도 숨 쉴 때 심장이 아픈데 다행히 넌 절대 아플 일은 없겠다 만약 또 이별을 경담 그럴 때마다 새로운 사랑을 시작하면 되니까